Okay, so I am here today with Nathan. He is a welding graduate from our Charter College-Vancouver campus. Welcome, Nathan.
Thank you.
Thank you for taking time to meet with me today. I know that you are probably very busy now that you have completed your program and, off and running and working. So tell me a little bit about yourself just to kind of get things going. Tell me a fun fact about Nathan.
Fun fact about Nathan. Let's see. I build PCs. That's one of my hobbies, is I like building PCs and doing that kind of stuff. Aside from my fabrication and stuff, at work and at home, I just like to build computers. I like tech things. So
Cool.
a little fun fact.
Yeah. So with that being said, what made you consider the welding program, say, over, I don't know, like an IT program, I guess?
That is a good question. I take a lot of pride in my work. Um, I had been working for this employer for a while, and I had the opportunity to weld and fabricate for them in like a garage type setting. So it was very informal, and it gave me a lot of experience that I needed, but it also sparked my want to weld. Um, you know, it's a very critical job. It your work is on display all the time, and it's high stakes, and I kind of like that aspect of it because in structural, it has to be perfect, and that's what I strive for. I want to be top notch in the welding field, but uh, that's really what got me started on wanting to weld. It's keeps my mind occupied and my hands moving, and I just like doing that kind of work. So I decided to, go down the path of charter and get some actual formal training, because it's virtually impossible to find your way into welding without having some sort of training. So,
Okay.
but yeah, that's why I decided to go with welding.
Okay. So what opted you to choose Charter College? Did you know someone that attended Charter before, or is it just something you kind of researched?
Uh, I hadn't known anyone who had done charter before. I've heard of charter for a very long time. I ended up doing a lot of research between PCC and Clark and charter, and um, I was I was interested in the fact that I could get in and out of school in under a year and get into the workforce to start accumulating that resume and that hands-on time. Um, and so I decided that charter would have been the best option. I don't do well with like school and work together. Notoriously in the past, it has been not the best option. So I was lucky enough that I could do just charter college, finish that out, and then uh, you know, focus on working and not splitting that time. But yeah,
Okay.
charter seemed like a good choice.
Yeah. So I understand that you did a dual program while attending Charter. So you were doing the C4L program as well.
Correct. I've was not the most studious in high school, so and charter requires you to do this program if you haven't got your diploma, and it was definitely tough doing both of them, but you know having a diploma is paramount, essentially, especially when it comes to at least the blue collar jobs that I want. You have to have, your education, you have to have your training, and I'm thankful that I had to do the C4L.
Well, I mean, that's a huge accomplishment, being able to do a dual program, working on your high school diploma at your own pace because it's virtually online, and then doing the welding program, which which is, some aspect of it is online, but a lot of it is in the lab, hands-on component. Tell me a little bit about that. Like, how difficult was that to have that focus, that commitment of, okay, I've got to dedicate so much time to this program, so much time to this program?
It was tough at first. And I had definitely mismanaged my time a little bit truthfully, but it was difficult at first. Yeah.
Did you kind of find your rhythm after you got it going and established?
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of people say that is like the first, mod or two, it's kind of like stumbling blocks, and you have to kind of pick yourself up and go, okay, I can do this, I can focus and figure that out and find that time management.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's exactly how it went. It just, I the first two mods of the actual lab classes, I had a much more time to do C4L. And then once you actually get into having essentially two mods per mod, I guess, because they slowly get you into the class. And then when I had, 4 days a week, I had to like pack the time that I would do during the week into the weekend for my C4L class. And it wasn't terrible. I just needed to stay vigilant on myself to make sure that I, did it consistently. So
Yeah, that makes complete sense. Well, I mean, kudos to you for doing it, I mean, that's a huge accomplishment. And like you said,
thank you.
Anymore, having your high school diploma is instrumental in finding a career, So
Yeah.
what would you say is your most memorable project or event, at Charter College?
Well, that's pretty easy. Um, During our fabrication mod, when we're doing stainless and aluminum TIG, we do 2 days stainless aluminum and then 2 days a fabrication product or project. Anything goes essentially as long as you can carry it out. And a common theme is tables, um, workbenches and stuff like that. And I I wanted to do something different. And so I ended up choosing to build an exhaust manifold for my pickup truck.
Okay.
Um, and I was lucky enough that there had been donated materials from I'm unsure of who donated it, but we had a bunch of stainless tube laying around. So I literally only needed a piece of plate for the flange. I hand cut the flange. I hand cut all of the pipe. And I made it. I pulled the exhaust manifold that was on my truck off, made a jig, did the whole 9 yards, fitted up, welded it in 10 days or
Oh,
so.
wow.
So
That's quick.
it was definitely um, a challenge trying to weld, you know, gaps that are very, very, very small, no more than an inch. Um, it challenged me a lot, and it um, solidified my determination, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And I definitely wouldn't have been able to complete it without my instructors. Kevin is a great instructor, and he gave me some very helpful um, tricks, like being able to bend my tungsten so I can get behind something without having to actually get my hands behind it and weld backwards. Um,
Okay.
But yeah, that manifold, it's actually on my truck right now.
So do you have a picture of this manifold? Like I'm
I
like totally,
I do. I can email it to you.
yeah, I would love to see it.
Okay.
That's pretty
Um,
cool.
I and I also got ambitious, and I also made a muffler.
Oh, wow.
So I made the header and a muffler all together in that module, which was very
That's
interesting.
awesome.
Mhm.
That's awesome. So I'm going to presume you got an A on this project.
Yeah. I mean, considering that I stuck with it and ended with, the 4.0, it was yeah, it was impressive to me and, to my other instructors and stuff. And
Wow.
I just
So
tried.
speaking of that, so you ended the welding program with a 4.0
Correct.
and you did the C4L program.
Correct. And I
I would
think
say
I
you were
graduated that with a B plus. Yeah, I think it was a B plus. So
way to
not,
go.
yeah, thank you. I wish I,
Yeah.
could have gotten a little bit better, but that's my perfectionism trying to poke its head through.
So, so Nathan, graduation, the commencement ceremony for graduation is right around the corner on the 23rd, correct?
Hmm.
So, do you plan on attending?
Oh, absolutely. You know, given that I didn't make it through my initial high school and I didn't get to walk, I definitely wanted that experience. So yeah, it's gonna be me, my wife, my parents, my grandparents. It's gonna be the whole nine yards. I'm taking all the seats I can.
That is awesome. You're like all of them. And I understand because you got a 4.0, you're getting a little extra something at graduation.
Uh, the medal,
Correct.
yes.
That's
Uh,
that's so cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
And uh, I don't not pleased with myself, but
You should be proud of yourself.
I guess yeah, that's
Be blunt. Just say it.
okay.
So let me ask you this. What is something that challenged you in the welding program? Or what was the most challenging in the welding program for you?
For me, I'm sure a lot of people would say trades math, but I'm a math person, so it wouldn't be that. I think it would have to be the open root stick modules. So
Okay.
welding plate together with a gap in the middle. It is possibly the most difficult thing to do in welding aside from like restricted welding or 6G pipe welding. It's all those are the upper echelons of difficulty. But from what we got at Charter, it had to be open root overhead. Open root vertical is really not that bad. At least I found it to be not terrible. Um, and a lot of out of position welding takes a lot of finesse, I guess you could say. It seems very simple, just stick the electrode on there and go, but you gotta wiggle it certain ways and you gotta whip it certain ways and you just gotta get it down. So
Yeah. Okay. So I understand that you're now working in the welding field.
yes.
So tell me about your job. What specifically are you doing and how are you enjoying your career?
So I'm currently working for a company called Pedigo Products. We manufacture and fabricate medical equipment.
Okay.
I'm a TIG welder for them. So I TIG weld anything from 16 gauge stainless steel sheet, which is, I believe, 0.063 inches. So they're extremely thin to stuff that's, 3/8 thick. So there's a very wide range, but I mean, we make IV stands and we make gurneys and cabinets and we make a lot of stuff. I would say that I'm enjoying it, you know, bolstering my coffers in the way of um, skill, but it's a production facility and it can get kind of grueling, especially on
Okay.
swing shift. I start at 3 p.m. and I end at 1:30 a.m.
Oh, wow.
So it was a very, very big schedule change from, doing charter, um, almost flipped. But it's nice. I like that I have security because there's always, always work to do for them. Um, and it's I love welding, and I especially love TIG welding, and um, it just gives me more time to hone the craft. So
Absolutely. That's awesome. So, Nathan, what's next now that you've accomplished, your diploma, your certificate, you're working as a welder? What's your next goal?
um, my next goal is to get my loans squared away. Um, and once I have either all of them or the majority of them, I'll probably roll into the AA in applied sciences. Um, what's very interesting in the welding world is that if you have an AA in applied sciences in welding, it counts automatically as 2 years of experience.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes, the way that most employers see that is 2 years of experience off bat on top of any work experience that you have. So say you've only been welding for a year in a professional setting and you end up getting your AA, you have more leverage to um, not be entry level, I guess you could say. It drastically increases your wages and um, you have better opportunities for more challenging work or for people to take you more seriously on things that you don't necessarily have a whole bunch of experience in, but you have the knowledge to uh, how say to take on that challenge, I guess. Um, and so the AA is going to be something that I'm going to want to roll into, and then um, let's see. I definitely want to explore some different, not career paths, but options in my field because um, where I'm at, I would like to be further up, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
One of my instructors was saying that I should apply or check my options with a place called Precision Cast Parts that I'm very interested in. And they weld titanium aerospace parts. And
That's cool.
yeah, like Rolls-Royce turbine cases, rework. Um, they do stainless steel, copper nickel. These are all like pretty exotic, metals in the welding world. And yeah, I want to keep going. I want to get better and I want to get better and I want to get better. And the only way to do that is to,
Yeah.
keep mixing it up. Not,
Right.
you know,
Right.
not a month here, not a month there, but a year here and a year there, and that's sort of what I'm thinking about doing. So
Yeah, that makes sense. You know, don't get complacent and continue elevating yourself by learning additional skill set in your field. Totally get it.
Mhm.
I love that. I absolutely love that. I've been with Charter College for 12 years and I've held 8 different positions. So, you know,
Wow.
you want to be able to have a change of scenery, but still enjoy what you do. And I completely understand.
Mhm.
Um, so if someone was talking with you and they were considering Charter College for the welding program, what would you say to them?
I would say that it is entirely worth it. Um, it it is very fast, but on that token, you get into the working, like into your field so quickly that um, it's it's a very, very good choice to make because it's a career. It's not like you're working somewhere else. It's a very good career option. You're bettering yourself. Um, it is entirely, yeah, it's just worth it. That's all I can say. It's gonna be worth it no matter what. So I don't know.
Okay. Um, so is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out since we're recording this and all of that in terms of campus faculty, staff, family members, that were extremely supportive or helpful? Um, so go ahead and
Uh,
open that up for you.
all right, this might take a second. Um, uh, my very caring, kind, and sweet wife who was with me today. Um, my grandmother-in-law, Beverly, because she has been a very, very, very adamant supporter of what I've been doing to better my life. My father and my stepmother, David and Stephanie, who um, they live very far away, but they are always there to speak with and to give words of encouragement. Mihaela for being a rock star and absolutely doing everything she possibly can to make Charter the best that it can be, essentially. Everyone in the welding lab, Nick Martindale, Kevin Ralston, Tom Bryson, um, you know, I'm unsure if Jessica's still there. I'm pretty sure Drew's still there. But they've all been fundamentally uh, required, or not required, but essential. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Essential in my success in many different ways. In the way that they've taught, they all teach differently. Um, they're all very um, they're just good teachers, I guess you could say. They're just very supportive. They don't knock you down. They'll tell you exactly what you need to change. They encourage you to keep doing it if you're not getting it. Um, yeah, yeah. That's Welding Lab. Let's see who else. Who else? I feel like I'm forgetting someone, but I don't think I am. Yeah, that's about everyone. I'm sorry if there's anyone that I had forgotten, but just know that I am equally as grateful for your support. So let's put that out there.
So is wife in the room with you and we don't even get to meet her?
If we didn't know the dynamic quite yet, but yes, if you would like to
Okay,
meet
so
my
let's meet
wife.
wife. Lovely wife is, what's your name, wife?
I'm Nicole.
Hi, Nicole. So I have a question for you since we're doing this interview. How proud are you of Nathan?
I am immensely proud of him. He's been working so hard for the last, I don't even know how many months, and he's coming out with a high school diploma, multiple ribbons, a medal, all, name it, he's coming out with it. And
He killed it.
absolutely,
Yeah.
100%.
So I heard from a birdie that you guys recently got married. Is it pretty recent?
We did. We just got married 2 weeks ago tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, congratulations.
Thank you.
That is so
We're-
awesome. How
we're
exciting.
very
Your guys'
happy.
life is just going like soaring upwards.
I
It's a
guess.
big change, that's for sure, and it is a good change.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're very excited.
Congratulations, both you guys. That is so awesome.
Thank you.
I love it. I love it.
I'll give him his wonderful
Well, Nathan,
chair back.
nice to meet you.
You as well.
Lastly, I would just ask Nathan, is there anything else that you would like to share with me or anyone else that's going to watch this video?
I don't know who's gonna watch the video. So
The world.
wait. Is this being played at graduation?
It is not that I'm not sharing it at graduation. I'll say that.
Okay. Well, and to whoever else sees this, be you charter faculty, thank you for everything that you've done and you do here at Charter College. You make a very big difference in all of the students' lives, especially for them trying to better their life and you being that guide essentially. And to any potential students or any anyone who's considering bettering your life, choose. If charter is the way you're looking, it's not gonna be the wrong choice. I promise you. You will be so grateful to yourself for making that choice. But all you got to do is do it. And it's 10 months. It's 10 months. And you're on track for something completely new. And be excited. That's about it,
That's awesome. Well, everyone, you heard it from Nathan. Charter College may be the right fit for you. Nathan, thank you so much for your time today. It was
Absolutely.
a pleasure meeting with you. I'm
Absolutely.
so excited for your future, your continued future, your new marriage, and just what, everything is that's out there for you. You're like I said, you guys are soaring. So keep dreaming, keep setting those goals and keep trucking along, man. You killed it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time as well, Melinda. It was a pleasure. It's always nice to spread the good vibes. There we go. So
Absolutely. Thank you again so much.
absolutely.